Morning, everybody. So it's the next day. Had, I don't know, 13, 14 beers. Think about it. Sarcasm. Came up with an idea. Got to load the tender with the 2 remaining bags of oats so I can refill the planter and recalibrate, because I think I know where I went wrong in the calibration. We'll see if this works. And 2 minutes in, the plan is already coming off the rails. I've never had to jump start this thing ever. I don't know what the hell the problem is. It's got plenty of propane. I don't know if it's because it's in the low 30s, the propane's cold and not flowing like it should. The valve's open. I don't know. Oh, you ever just get the feeling you should just go back to bed? I'm starting to think this day isn't going to go so well. There we go. Just a little bit of juice and I unhooked and rehooked up the propane tank. I don't know. Okay, drill is loaded. Before I go calibrate it, a few things I want to clarify. I was editing footage last night. Realized there's a couple screw-ups I had in the video. So here's the label. I was like this when I was trying to tell you guys about it. So 47 is the series number, I guess. 45 foot, 72 opener rows on 7.5 inch spacing. So that covers that part. The other thing I talked about was that the 3-point was acting up. Let's see if it'll do it right here. Look at that, all the way up. I'm not touching that. We've got something wrong that's making that, when it feels pressure, rise. And that's not exactly good. It's one of those things, I knew it was a problem yesterday when I first got it filled, but because I was trying to figure out all the planter settings, I was like, I'm not worried about the 3-point. And then it finally dawned on me last night, oh yeah, today's Saturday. Deere is closed. Because none of our equipment dealers in the area are open at all on Saturdays, not even till noon. So, man, that slams hard. Folding up. I've tried to baby it and it still hits hard. But yeah, so none of the dealerships are open, so that's a problem that we're gonna have to figure out on Monday. But right now, I just want to figure out this drill. That's the main thing. Okay, just ran the calibration. So spreader constant is what the meter reading is. I don't even know exactly what that means, but it was 10,000 something. I measured how much seed came out, put in 51 pounds right here. That went from 10,000 to 4,000. So it's telling me I was basically planting double rate, which I assumed it was something crazy like that. We're on the way to better. All right, now biggest complaint I have with this drill is, as Bart and I like to joke, it was built on a Friday at closing time. So see how that's kinked over? Yeah, that's after you get it out of there. While it's in there, it's like that, letting no seed go by. I'm suspecting this is the wrong tube. So if you notice, all of them start at the same place, but some go to the front, some go to the back. These guys have to be a couple inches shorter than these guys. What we've been finding is they just use the long tubes on all of them. We had our last drill, 30 footer, for about 10 years. We've had this one less than a year. And we've gone through more seed tubes on this one than we ever did on that last one. So we bought this drill, or ordered this drill, right at this time last year in April. And with the way they were backed up on orders, they said, hey, it'll be middle of May before we get it there. Perfect. We'll plant all the spring stuff with the 30 footer, have this guy when it's time to plant our forage sorghum. Coming in here to see if I have any tubes, because I know. So this is the bottom half. Ooh, here's one. What's that going to be? That's a 21, so I believe that is the long one. 21, long one again. Because I noticed some of them have a 17 stamped on them. 21 again. 21 again. 331, 331, 31, 331. So those four are all the same. Let's go measure it with the one I just threw on the ground. But anyways, so we ordered the drill April. They said it'll be mid-May. Perfect. Mid-May comes around, the drill shows up. I just happened to drive by on a Saturday and look at it. I go, well, that's cool. They got a drill in, but that ain't our drill. It was on 10-inch spacing, not 7.5. The factory built their own drill. So ours had to become a rush order. Wound up showing up early June. And hey, somebody cut an inch, so there's the difference in height. I wonder why they got the same part number stamped in them. That 21, I don't even know if you can see it. Right there by my finger, there's a 21. Some of them have a 17, so I figured that was the difference. Alright, so I'm going to put this guy on because that's the problem. So this drill had to be built in a big hurry. And one day into planting, it was Bart and Hector, because I was still chopping wheat. They said they finally just had to stop, take an impact and wrenches and start tightening everything, because there were so many loose bolts all over this thing. And then, just like that, all the seed tubes appear to be long instead of longs and shorts. And you just bend them in half. And I can count about 10 more on there, but I'm starting to see a crease where I'm betting they're going to bend in half. Frustrating part is they don't just give these away, even though I'd argue that they should because it was built wrong, but never win that argument. We are field bound, so I do got to make one correction. Our deer dealer is open till noon on Saturday for parts, so I sent the big tuna in there to get a bunch more seed tubes. I brought the 3 remaining extras I had and the handy dandy pliers in case I have another problem, which more than likely I will. So he was going to go see if he could get like another 5, because you can see creases in a lot of them. So it's one of those things, they might last forever or they might give out by the end of the day. But God, I'm really hoping this calibration works. Another cool thing I found on the computer of this one is there's an option in there to run the meters without moving. So it'll dump just a little bit of grain on the ground and you can come through and make sure there's a little pile underneath every single row. Keeps you aware of what's planting and what's not. Okay, every row has seed. Oh, fingers crossed. Let's hope this works. Oh, guys. So far, so good on a Saturday. Drill seems to be working right. I'm able to hold what it says is 100 pounds at 6 miles an hour. And let me turn my screen back on. So right here, that's the RPMs that it's turning at. So yesterday it was kind of between 90 and 100 when it was saying that I couldn't, 90 and 100 RPM when it was saying I couldn't hit 100 pounds. Today it's running at 40 and holding 100 pounds. So pretty sure I planted 200 pounds to the acre yesterday. Then the other good thing, just talked to the salesman. He was down at a different store working today, so I was able to get a hold of him. So that's freaking awesome. Got a hold of parts and sales on a Saturday. Do believe we figured out the rear hitch on this, why it's not holding. Talked to him about some issues on our VT. He's going to get a Landau rep in contact first of the week. All right. Second field's done. Tractor needs some go-go juice, and since it's 12:30, I'm gonna go find what Kayla got for lunch. Reload the drill with the last of the seed. Should be able to do probably 30-35 more acres. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see what we got. Plant this thing empty. Lunch is over. Back to work. Field number 3. And you know what? It's 75 degrees out right now. It's beautiful. So it's time to break out the shorts. Yes, I know, you're all temporarily blind. You'll recover. This is the part that sucks. So this is trip number 4 up onto the planter, adjusting seed. It's one thing I hate about whenever you're switching crops or you're getting done with whatever you were doing. You gotta get the planter to all run out at the same time. There's my low seed level sensor. So as you can see, it is way below the sensor. So I gotta go through, double check everything about every 2 passes, make sure I'm not running out. Started planting this one in a circle here because wherever I run out, we'll start planting spring triticale. The triticale will get chopped, the oats will get baled, so need to have an easy differentiation for the swather. Oh, finally. Planter is empty, we're headed to the shed. Took me an hour and a half what I should have been able to do in 45 minutes. So essentially 45 minutes spent shuffling seed. That sucks. But it is what it is. Either way, guys, it's Saturday. It is 10 till 5. It's time for a beverage and go see what the family's up to. And with that, see you guys in the next one.